Sarajevo, a commitment to excellence.
The following is a Sports 5 presentation.
Channel 5 presents NJSIAA Parochial B Baseball, the South Jersey semifinal between the Gloucester Catholic Rams and the Crusaders of Bishop Eustace Prep. Hi everybody, Bob Shryock with Mike Lindner on an overcast Sunday morning at Bishop Eustace Field, and these two teams vying for a spot in the South Jersey final. Mike, not the first time these teams have played this year.
Now, we were able to catch them a little earlier this year when they got together. It was a different kind of day, very, very sunny, and wind was blowing like crazy, but that was a day for Gloucester Catholic. Came away with a 19-2 victory over Bishop Eustace, and somewhat unexpected. Interesting day that day, Bob. Lots of scouts, a lot of newspaper and other media people here. They expected a confrontation between two excellent pitchers, Will Vespi for Gloucester Catholic and Andy Kavulich for Bishop Eustace. Interestingly, neither one of those young men went that day, but we do have that matchup for this semifinal game in South Jersey Parochial B competition. Playing for the right to meet St. Joe's of Hamilton, the victor 2 days ago against Mater Dei.
That game Tuesday at Camden County College.
Already determined, huh?
That's right, 4 o'clock. So Vespi will face Ray Rose leading off the top half of the first inning. And it's low. Boyd Sands, the home plate umpire today, working the bases. Nick Guerreri, two of the best umpires in South Jersey.
A little concern earlier this morning they wouldn't get this game in again.
Fouled off by Rose to the left side. It's 1-1. So on the flip of the coin, Bishop Eustace, the visiting team in the game today. Playoff competition, even though Bishop Eustace with the home field advantage today, not getting the final at bat. Gloucester Catholic 16-4, Bishop Eustace 16-8. Two of the fine teams in South Jersey. And this should be a good one.
Gloucester Catholic, in fact, ranked number 2 in the Delaware Valley, a South Jersey edition of the poll by the Philadelphia Inquirer, and carrying the number 3 ranking by the Courier Post.
One of the top hitting teams in South Jersey, fouled straight back. So Vespi on top of Rose, 1-2.
Doing a little ground repair here, Bob Shryock.
I just found 55 cents by moving that trash can.
That's what you had in mind all along.
1-2 to Rose.
I was wondering where I dropped it.
Line drive, base hit in the left field by Rose. Excellent at bat for Ray Rose. He gets the Crusaders started with an opposite field base hit, top half of the first inning. Good looking hitter.
Rose went with the pitch on the outside corner, lined it in the left, right past the outstretched glove of Bob Ravel at shortstop. A very difficult infield to play here, by the way, Bob. Looks fairly decent, but it's lumpy.
Oh, boy.
And both teams complain about the kind of hops they get here. Some thought with the rain that they've had for the last week and a half, it would soften it up a little bit, maybe take some of that problem away.
I watched the pregame, Mike, and that ball taking all kind of weird hops in the infield. It's low. Good stop by Zimmerman. John Malloy, third baseman for Bishop Eustace, the batter. We'll see if Coach Bob Wingert may be playing for a run here in the first inning, but no indication on that pitch Malloy would be bunting.
Rose had a pretty good lead last time out. Vespi loves to go to first base, and the pickoff play been a big defensive weapon for the Rams all season long. We'll wait and see if he gets out there a little further this time and draws a throw.
And that clean hit by Rose, Mike, relieves us of any burden of a questionable no-hitter by Vespi today.
Well, the last ball game we had him for a 2-hitter, and then we read the newspaper and saw he was awarded a no-hitter.
1-0. Now Malloy indicating bunt. Bunted at a low pitch, fouled it back, 1-1. Vespi, of course, one of the fine pitchers in South Jersey. Excellent fastball, has a good curve that he usually uses in 0-2 and 1-2 situations. He was dominant in that game against St. Pius X, however, had the one bad inning in which he walked 5, and that led to 5 of the 6 runs by the Piscataway team. 1-1 offering to Malloy. Showing bunt again. 2-1. This time Malloy does not offer at the low pitch.
The last ball game they had here, the 19-2 Gloucester Catholic victory, Vespi worked out for around a half hour on this mound trying to get used to it. It looks like he's having a little trouble with it today, Bob. It slopes quickly away down in the front part, and Will with the long stride, it looks as if he is not yet comfortable out there.
3-1 now to Malloy, and if he had not bunted at that one bad pitch, he'd be on base. I think he went for another ball out of the strike zone.
Ball 5.
So full count. We'll see if Rose is off with the pitch now in this situation. Nobody out.
Zimmerman, an excellent defensive catcher behind the plate, has had an up and down season as far as throwing.
Full count pitch with Rose off. Fouled back, and Rose will have to come back.
These two teams met last year in a South Jersey final game in the Parochial B. Bishop Eustace coming up 3-2 loss to Gloucester Catholic in that ball game, and the Rams went on to defeat St. Pete's of New Brunswick, the Central Jersey champion, and then on to Princeton, where they were defeated by St. Mary's of Elizabeth.
We televised that game, right?
That's
that
correct.
3-2 game, yes. Full count again. Rose not running this time. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Vespi. Malloy goes down swinging for the first out. Interesting to see Wengert switch his strategy that time, keeping Rose at first base. Tom Hinkle, shortstop for the Crusaders. Vespi, a pitcher who will strike out a lot. 112 strikeouts already this season, only 39 walks. Excellent walk-strike ratio, even though on occasion Vespi does have a tendency to get wild. Vespi keeping Rose close at first. Vespi throws it a bit low, dug out by Mike Lindner at first. Want to know. And you're right, Mike. Vespi does seem to be concerned a little bit about the pitcher's mound. Off balance after he released that one. Excellent fastball for a strike. 1-1.
Rhythm pitcher's got to get in that groove. That's why he's had the difficulty of having one or two bad innings. Gets his rhythm all messed up. There's the curve. First time we've seen that today from him. He has an excellent curve. Just drops right off the table.
2-1 to Hinkle. Swing and a miss. Boy, that was a good fastball. 2-2. Watched Vespi warming up, and the Zimmerman who warmed him up for a while was indicating that he really had a good fastball today. 2-2 with Ray Rose at first base and one out. Swing and a miss. Boy, that was his best fastball so far. Might have been high and out of the strike zone, but not the kind of pitch you can lay off with a 2-2 count. So 2 outs, Vespi having struck out 2 in a row, and cleanup hitting Gary Madrak, the batter.
Some of these batters could have some difficulty in the batter's box today with all the rain and the mud they have. They put fresh sand in there. It looks like they're going to have to take the sand wedge in there and get out of the trap. That's where you intended to be today, wasn't it? Golfing?
That's right. This game keeping me off the golf course. Swing and a miss. Vespi starting to throw heat for strikes. 0-1 to Madrak. I'm a little surprised they haven't tested Zimmerman's arm and moved Rose in this situation, Mike.
Now, this would be a good place for it. If he is unsuccessful, start next inning with number 4 man at the plate.
1-1. Pretty good crowd gathering behind us. Game being covered by the Courier Post. Walt Burrows, longtime sports writer, at the game today, working on a Sunday morning. Now Rose moving. Swing and a miss. Zimmerman with the throw. High throw, and it enables Rose to slide in safely with the steal. The throw a little bit high into the shortstop side of the bag, so Rose in scoring position with a 1-2 count on Madrak.
That has been the difficulty with Zimmerman's throws most of the season. Up, high, off to the side. It's been very important for the Ram pitchers to keep their runners close at first. Good pitch. Ooh, just missing.
2-2. That's a tough pitch to lay off of. Count levels at 2-2 to Madrak. Rose with a big lead down at second. Foul tipped. Still 2-2 to Madrak. Breaking ball, just missing, full count.
Another tough one to lay off.
He is throwing that breaking ball, Mike, more than he did in the early part of the ball game in the St. Pius game.
I don't believe we saw a curve from him until the third inning in that ball game.
Full count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Vespi showing us his best fastball there. So Eustace retired without a run in the top half of the first inning as Vespi strikes out the side after the leadoff hit by Ray Rose. And with the Rams coming to bat in a home first, it's no score.
Both these teams representing the Olympic Conference Patriot Division during the regular season, and that was one of the top, if not the top conference for baseball, solidly all the way through the division this year in South Jersey. Williamstown coming up with the championship there with a 13-4 record, matched by the record of Gloucester Catholic, the Rams. However, Williamstown defeated Gloucester Catholic on the field of play 9-4, and therefore were granted the championship. Bishop Eustace second, tied with Triton with 12-5 records. And of course Camden Catholic in that division also, Bob, in which they won our last 11 in a row. Take a look at the batting lineup now for the Rams. Bob Ravel, sophomore, leads off, playing at shortstop. He's followed by Dave Kincaid, the senior second baseman. Batting in the third spot, playing third base, Mike Pavlik. Cleanup hitter, first baseman, Mike Lindner. Batting fifth, Vespi, the pitcher. Behind him at sixth spot, the catcher, Bob Zimmerman, a senior. George Kaufman, another sophomore, getting a starting nod. Bats behind Zimmerman, plays in center field. And Gary Powers, yet another sophomore, will be the right fielder. And they'll be followed by Mike Kenny, sophomore, DHing for Greg Gerst in left field.
Well, we'll see Andy Kavulich today. Kavulich has been the number one pitcher for the Crusaders all season long, coming into this game with a 5-2 record.
Andy with a tendency to be somewhat wild occasionally, and absolutely essential that he is not wild with that fastball and make his curve that's fairly decent, much more effective.
One of the best hitting teams in South Jersey, the Gloucester Catholic Rams, and some of these batting averages a little hard to believe. Bob Ravel with a .492 mark, 29 base hits, 59 times to the bat, 3 home runs, and just about everybody in this lineup has hit some home runs this season. What power balance they've had.
Now, a couple of years from now, Bob, when they talk about all-star teams, say for seniors to get them together, there's a couple of sophomores, this being one. Bob Ravel at shortstop, and then that Craig Beauregard down at Washington Township, another sophomore playing at third base. Boy, would that be a strong side of the infield. A couple of youngsters, Beauregard for Washington Township was hitting around 500 most of the season, and Ravel up around there now.
1-1 to Bob Ravel. The breaking ball in the first pitch for a strike, this for a ball. Gloucester Catholic does not anticipate as easy a time as they had at first time with the Crusaders, winning that one 19-2. Kavulich did not pitch in that game.
Well, about everybody else did. I believe they used 6 pitchers that day. They did find one that could handle the Rams. There's the
another
curve.
Breaking ball for a strike, 1-2, and he looks like he's got a good one today. Both of his strikes so far on the curve.
That's his money pitch. It's absolutely essential, as I said, to make that fastball look even quicker.
If he gets that ball over all day like that, he's going to be tough. Sidearm for a ball, 2-2.
Ravel with a couple of doubles in the early going in the first meeting here, both of them right down the line past the third baseman and into the corner.
Full count to Ravel. So Kavulich able to get his curveball over to Ravel, but not his fastball so far, and we've gone full. Breaking ball hit into left center field, hit pretty well. They're not going to get to this one. This is in the gap. Ravel heading to second. The ball picked up by left fielder Marone, and Ravel will hold it second with a double. That ball looked like a ball that should have been caught, Mike, but it just kind of kept carrying.
I lost it as it took off, I must confess, but it's not an unusual kind of hit for Bobby Ravel. That is a power alley for him, and has excellent bat speed, gets it around quickly, and that ball jumped off there. The fence pretty deep here at Bishop Eustace, and maybe a longer run than it looks like from here for the left fielder and center fielder.
Oh, the ball got up in the air. I thought either Marone, the left fielder, or Lore, the center fielder, might have a shot at it, but it was hit directly between them, and this seemed to carry. So Ravel now is hitting .500 on the season, 30 for 60. What a sophomore he is. And here's Dave Kincaid hitting a meager .462, 30 hits, 66 attempts, and also 3 home runs. Kincaid playing second today. He'll try to move the runner. Inside corner for a strike. Kincaid's job in this situation to hit the ball to the right side, get Ravel to third base with less than 2 outs. And he does go to the right side. Rose charging the ball, gets it over to Madrak for the out, but a good job by Dave Kincaid as Ravel advances to third. That's good fundamental baseball.
Kincaid's done the job for them all year long offensively, and that time giving himself up, putting Ravel in the position to come home on a sacrifice fly by Pavlik. Pavlik, one of those hitters in the lineup with lots of power for Gloucester Catholic. Mike at this point with 5 home runs on the season, and he's got a lofty batting average also.
.433, 29 for 61, 35 runs batted in. He and Mike Lindner behind him, 72 runs batted in between them. That's an unbelievable statistic.
I think there might be a few teams in South Jersey went through the whole season without scoring that many runs.
72 runs. Right on the letters to Pavlik, 0-1. Infield laying back, they're going to concede a run on a ground ball. 1 out with Ravel at third. Breaking ball beautifully, so Pavlik in the hole, 0-2.
Pavlik thought maybe a little high outside. Boyd Sands likes that pitch.
So Pavlik is going to have to be hacking in this situation, down 0-2 in the count. It's a ball, 1-2 to Pavlik. Bob Ravel, the runner at third with 1 out, as Franchetti, the catcher, goes out to talk to Andy Kavulich. Worked with Andy Kavulich's dad at the Courier-Post for many years. Andy now has his own printing business. Establishments in Cherry Hill and Hamilton. Here we go. 1-2 to Pavlik.
Curveball? Nope.
He got the fastball, 2-2. Mixing up his pitch as well. Bottom half of the first inning, no score, but the Rams threatening. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Good job by Pavlik fouling that one back. That was a tough pitch. The infield, Malloy at third, Hinkle at short, Rose at second, and Madrak at first, all back. If Pavlik can hit the ball on the ground, the Rams should get a run out of this. 2-2 pitch. Sidearm high, and a full count to Pavlik.
Well, his best pitch so far has been the breaking ball, and he got the 2 strikes with the first 2 against Pavlik, who's fought back to the full count. Think he'll come back with the curve again on 3-2?
I look for a fastball. I think that's what Pavlik's going to be guessing. He got the breaking ball, hit it to the left side, and Ravel unable to score in this one. Good play by third baseman Malloy over to Madrick for the out on Pavlik. And because the ball was hit right to the third baseman, Ravel has to hold up. Had it been hit to short, Ravel could have scored. So 2 outs with Ravel still at third base.
About the one place the ground ball wasn't going to help them, and Ravel made the good decision staying there.
So a chance for Mike Lindner to drive in a run. Lindner hitting .414. What a batting average your son had in May, Mike. .633 in the month of May.
This is still May, isn't it? June 3rd, right?
He's had some big days on Channel 5.
He's way off the plate. Kavulich might want to go outside with the curveball. Yep, there it is right there.
Right on the outside corner. The breaking ball he is getting over consistently. Lindner down 0-1 in the count. Lindner with 6 home runs, 37 runs batted in, only a junior. It's another one. Yep. Beaten foul at the plate, 0-2. I don't think he's had that curve out of the strike zone more than once.
Yeah, what are we going to see here? Fastball up and in? Or we're going to go with the curve and try and blow him away?
What do you think Mike's guessing here?
Well, if he's guessing, he's in trouble. So I figure he's staying up there guessing curve. And I have trouble getting around on an inside high fastball. That's where I'd bring the ball right now.
0-2 pitch. He gets a fastball high, 1-2. Now I look for the curve.
That's the situation where the batter has to be defensive and maybe choke just a half inch and look for that curve on the outside, go to right field with it.
Ravel at third, 2 out, 1-2 on Lindner.
Oh.
Fastball. He tried to put a little bit extra on that one. And it's 2-2. He was trying to nip the outside corner with that heater. 2-2. Lindner back to level in the count. I still got to look for a curveball here.
Absolutely.
Full Vespi on deck. Lindner trying to pick up the first run of the game. Two pitch.
Oop.
Breaking ball in the dirt. And
nice change. I saw an appeal. I didn't see any swing, did you?
No. Franchetti thought that, hoped that
Nick
base umpire Guerreri thought that Mike committed on that one, but no way. Full count.
Ooh.
Called strike 3. Great curveball by Kavulich. Lindner caught looking. That'll do it for the first inning. Good first inning. Bishop Eustace nothing, and Gloucester Catholic nothing. We'll be back.
Parochial B semifinal baseball game. Gloucester Catholic, Bishop Eustace. Second inning action. Mike Lindner along with Bob Shryock. Eustace coming to the plate. 0-0 ball game. Bob?
Pitchers dominating the first inning. Vespi with 3 strikeouts. Kavulich with a key strikeout on Lindner and got out of trouble after delivering the leadoff double to Ravel. George Stillwell takes it high from Vespi for ball 1. Stillwell DHing for right fielder Herb Dubler. Vespi had, 17 strikeouts in the game we did the other day?
Against Pius X, Piscataway.
Foul off to the left. 1-1 to Stillwell. A few scouts on hand today. Real good crowd as we look behind this gathering now.
A lot of people may have chosen to stay home. A lot of rain down in Gloucester County.
Foul off again to the left side. Vespi on top of Stillwell, 1-2. Well, I'm kind of hoping we get to do that game on Tuesday, Mike, of course, assuming that Gloucester Catholic wins, because you've been talking about that St. Joseph's pitcher. I'd really like to see him.
Bill Fisher, just a junior, 21-0 after his victory the other day against Mater Dei. 2-0 ball game. He not only pitched that victory, a 4-hitter, but also drove in the 2 runs.
1-2 pitch, curveball. Ooh, just missing. 2-2. Vespi thought that was a strike.
St. Joseph Hamilton with but 2 losses all year, one of them coming to Gloucester Catholic, interestingly, by the score of 20-3. Obviously, Fisher
did not pitch that game. 2-2 to Stillwell. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So for the first time, Vespi gets a strikeout on a breaking ball. That's 4 consecutive strikeouts by Will. 1 down in the Bishop Eustace second.
Stillwell totally fooled by that ball, and again, you see the difference between the average high school curveball and Will Vespi's breaking ball. Now we've got a switch here in terms of batting.
That is not Kavulich, is it?
No, it is not. Dubler batted before, apparently, and this must be Stillwell. Who do you have batting? Walk. Who do you have batting?
Okay, so they crossed us up. That was Dubler who struck out. Now Stillwell the batter. So we'll have to check this lineup. Dubler the strikeout victim. Now Stillwell. It was announced that Stillwell was DHing for Dubler. Hit well by Dubler, and this might find the gap.
Nice catch.
A great play by center fielder Kaufman, running into the fence after he caught the ball. That was an excellent defensive play. That's 2 outs. That ball hit well by George Stillwell.
Franchetti.
It's Franchetti, the catcher, batting now. So Bishop Eustace coach totally switched the lineup on us, did not notify us. And we'll have to check on this after this half inning.
I don't know, Bob. I thought up in this area, this was your area, and you get lots of respect. I guess they know you've left it for the friendly confines of Gloucester County.
SP fastball, and you could hear the crowd oohing and awing on that one because that was pure heat. Breaking ball high, 1-1.
You're right, we're seeing a breaking ball from Vespi a lot more today than we did in his last outing. And of course, I've seen him pitch every one of his games this year and has not thrown this many this early.
1-1 pitch. 2-1. It's a ball. So Stillwell DH'd for Kavulich. Kavulich originally was scheduled to hit. So Dubler is batting and playing right. Stillwell is DHing, batting out of the 6 hole for Kavulich. And the 8 and 9 hitters, Marone and Allure, are as they were given to us. It's a strike.
Put it right in there. He ain't gonna hit it. Put it right in, well.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great fastball again by Vespi. So Vespi with another good inning despite the long fly ball out by Stillwell. And we go to the home half of the 2nd inning. It's still a 0-0 ball game. Different kind of game than you saw the first time between these teams, Mike.
The first game didn't get out of hand until the 3rd inning or so in that first ball game. In fact, Gloucester Catholic, who started George Kaufman, the sophomore, playing in center field today, he started as a pitcher. Al Radana, the head coach at Gloucester Catholic, had a big decision to make that day and decided to go with Kaufman when they were looking for a possibility of a tie. There's assistant coach Rich Horan walking down towards Radana with his back to you in the jacket. Radana decided with the opening tournament coming up that he would hold Vespi back and go with Kaufman. First inning, Eustace got their 2 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks, and Radonna made a trip to the mound, went out a second time, looked as if he was about 1 pitch from pulling Kaufman. Kaufman came back, and all he did was author a 4 or 5 hit game totally and pick up the big win. So it was a competitive game till about the 3rd inning, when all of a sudden some hits off the bats of Gloucester Catholic, Bob, found some openings. They really weren't that sharp, and then things fell apart for Bishop Eustace. And after that, the bats really came alive for Gloucester Catholic. A very deceiving 19-2 ball game.
How can you have a deceiving
Well, everybody, I
19-2
think
game?
everyone that followed Eustace and Catholic all year long knew that, it's one of those things that happens in baseball occasionally. There certainly were not a 17-run difference between the two teams talent-wise.
Will Vespi leading off for the Rams in the second. Will hitting .340, 3 home runs. Takes a strike. Kavulich very sharp, as is Vespi. Vespi likes to hit the ball away from him, likes to go to the opposite field.
The thing about both these pitchers, Bob, with the 2 good pitches, a fastball and a curve, they keep the batters off balance. They can't come in there and stand and wait for the 1 pitch.
1-1 to Vespi.
And of course, much more effective because at the high school level, that it's so infrequent that you're going to see the pitcher who has control of 2 good pitches.
Vespi only a junior. Breaking ball missing on the outside. One of the few breaking balls Kavulich has not gotten in the strike zone.
Fairly young ball club for the Rams and for Bishop Eustace. Both these clubs, it's anticipated, will be back in the thick of things next year in the Parochial B chase.
3-1 to Vespi. He'll look for a fastball. He got one, and it's out of the strike zone. Vespi, a leadoff base runner for the Rams in the second, as he draws the first walk from Kavulich.
Yeah, we'll see whether they're thinking bunt to move him over now. He just has sense that this is going to be a low-scoring ball game, and that's got to be in the minds of coaching staffs on both teams.
Zimmerman, good bunter, isn't he?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Zimmerman with a .364 batting average. Nobody in the starting lineup for Gloucester Catholic hitting under .300. That's amazing.
Vespi pretty quick on the base pass. He's one of those kids that draws the attention of scouts because he, of course, has the outstanding pitching ability. He's a good hitter, and he's got the speed. So excellent arm. Possible prospect at a number of positions, the outfield or pitching.
Kavulich obviously respecting Vespi's base running abilities. Went over there twice.
Yep.
Breaking ball nicely for a strike.
And it was really a good pitch to bunt.
Yeah, it was.
Chose to lay off it. Got the slow breaking ball, and could see it coming all the way. Vespi likes to get the big lead. He tantalizes the pitchers down there.
3 tosses that way. For the second straight inning, the Rams have their leadoff hitter on base. Vespi wants time out to go over to talk to third base coach Horan.
Now, taking a look at the signs, they have any number of them, a Gloucester Catholic team. And one thing that they like to do in this kind of situation, besides the bunt, Bob, is the run and hit. Not the hit and run, but the run and hit, where they will give the run signal to the batter. And he's going all the way, no matter what. And if the batter can get the ball behind him, fine. But if not, steal's really the first choice.
0-1 count to Bob Zimmerman. Vespi with a pretty good lead. Another toss that way.
With the pitcher worrying about the runner, sometimes you'll take that bunt off because you figure with his concern over there, it breaks some of his concentration. May take a foot or so off the fastball.
Well, he does have a good lead. Bunted foul by Zimmerman. He had another good pitch to bunt. Could not bunt it fair. Now he finds himself in the hole 0-2.
I wonder just how many curveballs a young pitcher can throw.
I think at this point he's thrown more curves than fastballs.
Come on, Jeff. Come on, Bobby boy.
But it's clearly been his best pitch so far.
Not a good pitch to run on 0-2.
Vespi with not quite as big a lead. Fastball high, and Kavulich has had location problems with the heater. 1-2.
That's the scouting report on him. Gloucester Catholic primed before the ball game to look for pitches all over the place and work Kavulich tough.
Vespi running. Breaking ball called strike 3. Throw by Franchetti high, and Vespi slides in with a stolen base. So Zimmerman strikes out for the first out of the inning, but Vespi's steal gives the Rams another runner in scoring position.
The 7th strikeout in the ballgame, second one for Kavulich, 5 for Will Vespi.
Now the fine sophomore George Kaufman, who made that standout defensive play in right center. Top half of the second inning. Kaufman with a .326 batting mark, one of the many versatile players on this Ram team.
Kaufman filled in one of the question marks Al Rodana had before the season. He's come up with 3 or 4 fine sophomores to add to this roster. Kaufman, the one that had the earliest shot and has come through and has stayed in that starting lineup since the beginning of the year.
One of the few times that Kavulich has not started a batter with a breaking ball. 1-0 to Kaufman. Inside 2-0.
2-0 in this situation. He'll look down to Haran. I'm going to bet he's going to get a take sign.
Probably will get a fastball. He gets a breaking ball. How many young pitchers are you going to see throw a breaking ball in 2-0?
Yeah, you have to think he's coming. Now he's had trouble with the fastball, so Kaufman will be laying off at least 1, perhaps 2.
3-0 to Kaufman. Fastball for a strike. Maybe as good a fastball as Kavulich has thrown.
Vespi at second base would love to run. He's getting no attention at all from Heinkel, the shortstop, or Rose, the second baseman, and getting way out there, nobody even chasing him back. Kavulich not doing much more than looking in his area and then turning away.
Good curveball for strike 2.
And Vespi again looking down at Rich Haran and said, "Come on, Rich, how about it? Let me come." He wants it.
Kavulich comes back from 3-0 to full count with Kaufman.
Watch Vespi go on this pitch. Up.
Breaking ball called strike 3. What a job by Kavulich on Kaufman. Fell behind him 3-0 and got him on 3 straight two breaking balls after the fastball on 3-0. That's quite a job. Third strikeout for Kavulich, 2 outs, and the batter, right fielder Gary Powers, hitting .308. Good ball game brewing at Bishop Eustace. NJSIAA Parochial B semifinal.
Now he finally gets some respect to Vespi at second base, but there he goes out again. Now he draws the shortstop, who chases him back.
It's high, 1-0. Not a whole lot of percentage in trying to steal third in this situation.
But the only thing you're looking for, if you do take it, is the possibility Franchetti will throw wildly into left field. That would be your hope.
He gets it over again, 1-1. I tell you, he's getting that curveball over 80-85% of the time. Oh, 2-1. Conversely, the fastball, he's finding the strike zone with maybe only 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 pitches. Interesting pitching pattern. 2-1 to Powers. 2 outs in the Rams' second. No score. And the pitchers have been dominant. Rams have had runners in scoring position in each of the first 2 innings, but nothing on the board yet. Just missing. Ooh.
Now that's a high out of the strike zone, but he has been, or at least close to the strike zone, and Boyd Sands has been giving Kavulich that pitch all the way along, so that's why the oohs and ahs, I think, from the Eustace players who assume that's the same place he's had a strike called 3 or 4 times already.
Powers ducked under it, too, making it a little tough to call. 3-1. Hit down our left field line, just foul. Hit well by Powers.
Well, they had, as I talked about them breaking it open in the third inning in the last ball game, they had, I think, 3 ground balls like that in a similar position, Bob, go for doubles in that big inning that blew the game open the first time these two teams met.
Vespi taking his lead again. Full count to Powers with 2 down. Kind of game so far. It looks like 1 run could be a very big run in this one. Vespi running. Called strike 3. Fastball. And Kavulich with a 3 strikeout inning after 2 full. A good one at Bishop Eustace. It's Bishop Eustace nothing and Gloucester Catholic nothing.
Well, tournament time has not been that wonderful for the Gloucester County teams. We'll have a chance to talk about that when we come back after this break. Still scoreless as we start third inning action in this Parochial B semifinal game. Gloucester Catholic, the home team, by virtue of a coin toss here at Bishop Eustace in the field. And number 8 hitter Mike Marone, Bob, coming to the plate for the Crusaders.
What a job by Vespi and Kavulich through the first 2. They've combined for 9 strikeouts of the first 12 outs in the ball game. Vespi starts Marone with a fastball strike.
That was not the good heat from Vespi. He knows he's facing number 8 hitter, and he's not going to blow it all out against these bottom of the lineup batters.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a good fastball. 1-2. Tough spot, too. Inside corner and low. Brown couldn't get his arms extended on that one. 1-2 pitch. Marone almost committed. 2-2. Appeal made to Guerreri at first, but that's the correct call. He did not go around.
That's got to be a tough call for a base umpire. We know now through instant replays so frequently it appears that when you see it on the slow motion that the batter does in fact go around, but seldom looks that way, does it, when you're watching it?
That's true. Full count to Marone, leading off the Bishop Eustace third inning. Boy, that one just handcuffed Marone. He could not get that bat moving on that fastball. 6 strikeouts for Vespi. You seen a better fastball than his this spring, Mike?
Not
I know
this
you've
year.
seen a lot of games.
No, not this year. In fact, the pitchers I saw that impressed me the most, Vespi, obviously, and Keith Wren from REGN from
Edgewood, the big guy.
Absolutely excellent ball game. I saw him throw, and I've watched him throughout the season, and he has been dominating pitcher. We have not seen Fisher from St. Joe's yet. The junior that they have at Pennsville, who won their ball game yesterday, the South Jersey final in Group 2, Steve Lott, just a junior, but a real big boy.
He's 13-0 this year.
Yeah, and supposed to be one of the top pitchers in South Jersey.
It's low to Harry Lohr, the number 9 hole hitter for the Crusaders, center fielder.
Now, Murphy from Triton had an outstanding year. There's another pitcher that you've seen that I have not had an opportunity to see. I'm not sure he went yesterday in the loss to Woodstown, but Miller of Woodbury.
They were hoping to get by Woodstown to save Miller for the next round. 2-0 to Lohr.
Well, they had used him, the previous day?
Yeah, and he had the 2-hitter against top-seeded Burlington Township. He's I think he's a kind of an underrated pitcher, Mike. He has not gotten a whole lot of media exposure, but he's a good one. Vespi falls behind Lohr 3-0. You don't want to do that to the number 9 hitter in the lineup.
Well, the rain has made this a two-pitcher team tournament instead of a one hot pitcher tournament. Most years, the way the tournament sets up, Bob, the teams that had one good pitcher could go and ride that hot arm all the way through. But this year, with that rain we had last week, and this game, for instance, being played 6 days later than it was originally scheduled, it has made it difficult for anybody to go all the way on one pitcher. And that, of course, happened to Woodbury.
Harry Lord taking his lead after a 4-pitch walk. And the leadoff hitter, Ray Rose, who had an excellent first at bat, has the only hit for the Crusaders, opposite field single. Rose wants some time. So with one out, Harry Lord, only the second base runner for Eustace. Vespi goes to first to keep Lore close. Not a lot of base runners in this game. Each team has had 2 so far. Little pop fly. Zimmerman recovers and catches it. They'll have an easy double play. Takes his time, makes the throw to Lindner as Lore was off with the pitch. And ball bunted straight up in the air. A great recovery play by Zimmerman, Mike, who lost the location of the ball when it first went up in the air, recovered, made a diving catch, and got the easy DP down to Lindner at first. That's a good play by Zimmerman.
They're the kind of plays that can change things around. Looked as if they're going to get the possibility of the runner at second base, Lure, with the good break. And in fact, that's one reason he was thrown out so easily. He was down there before the play was even made. So, as we started to say, between the last inning, we take a look at Gloucester Catholic huddling around Haran. Going to be calling the signals down at third base. A tough year for tournament teams from the Gloucester County area. The Woodbury girls, who looked as if they were going to get an opportunity to defend their state Group 1 crown, defeated yesterday. And the Woodbury boys also defeated, as we pointed out, by Woodstown. As far as boys competition, the only team left, Gloucester Catholic from our area. And as far as I know, I did not see a score in a Gloucester Catholic girls game yesterday. It's possible they're playing again today. They may still be alive. There was some question whether they could get the game in.
I think, I'm pretty sure I read, Mike, that game was postponed.
Postponed again, yeah. Difficulty is Gloucester Catholic, who was scheduled to play both boys and girls last Thursday, and they were rained out there. And then Friday, Gloucester Catholic and the other parochial schools in the diocese had graduations scheduled. So that killed Friday as a possibility, and then yesterday, being the college board days, made it very difficult to get too many games in unless they started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So we have a DH switch for the Rams. This is Kyle McKinney. We originally had Mike Kenny in the starting lineup DHing.
Kyle McKinney, another sophomore. This is the young man who started the season at second base and then suffered a broken wrist, and now he's back after about 3.5 weeks of rehabilitation and working on that arm.
Fastball again out of the strike zone by Kavulich. 1-0 to McKinney. Breaking ball, I tell you, he is consistently getting that pitch over. 1-1 to McKinney.
A good hitting ball club like the Rams. You wonder what'll happen second time through.
Another one, 1-2. This one low out of the strike zone, but McKinney committed, and it's 1-2.
The curveball could do is take the power game away from the Rams. They're going to have to start looking contact and go for singles and stop the free swinging.
He gets another breaking ball. Strike 3. What a job by Kavulich. He now has a streak going of 4 consecutive strikeouts, 5 altogether. Vespi with 6. And this has turned into just what we anticipated, a pitcher's duel. Bobby Ravel with the only extra base hit of the ball game so far, a leadoff double in the Ram first inning. Got to third base but died there. Ravel, a sophomore, but he doesn't look like a sophomore. Takes it high for ball 1. 1-0 to Ravel. Ravel now hitting a cool .500, 30 hits. Ravel thought that Kavulich took a little bit too long to deliver.
Bobby Ravel starting his second year this summer as a starting shortstop at Brookline American Legion. I'd defy you to find the last time a sophomore was in that position.
To the left side, this will be a tough play for Hinkle. One hopper gets past the first baseman, Madrick, and breaks the plane, so Ravel will have second base. That'll be a base hit all the way, and then Ravel getting to second base on the throwing error by shortstop Hinkle. So Ravel with his second hit, and for the second time is in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Ravel tripped down there going into first base and was limping a little bit as he went into second. Rich Horan goes out quickly to check on him. Ravel says, "I'm all right. Just get Kincaid to get a base hit and bring me in." Remember, Dave did a good job in his last at-bat, Bob, moving Ravel over to third when there were no outs with that ground ball to second base.
But he'll be swinging for a base hit here with 1 out. So Ravel now hitting over 500 on the season with his 31 for 61. Well, what a sophomore he is. Hinkle had no chance at all to get him. Made the throw anyway. It was a bad low throw. And Kincaid, one of the top RBI men for the Rams, a chance to produce the game's first run. It's a strike.
The Rams really stand off that plate. They have good, quick bats, and they figure they can come around and handle it. But with that breaking ball, he's hitting the outside corner. I think they may want to move up and over just a little bit.
1-1. Home half of the third inning, scoreless ball game in this Parochial B semifinal. It's a good one. Outside corner again with the curveball, 1-2.
Now, interestingly, this is in fact a quarterfinal for the state championship, Bob. No Central Jersey, South Jersey playoffs this year. There were not that many Parochial B teams entered, and the Central Jersey teams were thrown into the South Jersey bracket. So this game, the finals, and then Princeton.
Just fouled on the first baseline. Inside out swing by Kincaid on a tough sidearm delivery by Kavulich. Pretty good job of fighting that pitch off.
Ravel again, like Vespi before him in the last inning, getting a big lead at second, not really getting much attention paid to him.
To the left side, another tough play for the shortstop Hinkle. Better throw this time and dug out by Madrick. That's a good play by shortstop Hinkle after the error. And he retires Kincaid with Ravel getting to third base. Good play by the shortstop.
Excellent play by Hinkle going into the hole, and then even good play made by Ravel. Normally you do not make that move to third base with the ball hit to your right side. However, third baseman Malloy went way to his left into the hole. Ravel saw that, and therefore third base unprotected. He was able to move through. Short backstop here, though, between a home plate and Franchetti, the catcher. Probably will not have too many problems with pass balls. Should be able to keep Ravel from making a move to the plate.
Mike Pavlik, 35 runs batted in the season. He loved number 36 here. 2 outs. Pavlik grounded out first time. Good stop by Franchetti on a low pitch.
Both catchers with difficult pitchers to hold on to. They're with the good moving fastballs and the breaking pitches. Makes it a long day for a catcher. Zimmerman and Franchetti doing a good job so far.
1-0 to Mike Pavlik. Boy, that is some hook. 1-1.
They're not going to pull that curveball, and so far the Rams have had difficulty. Those are waving at the curve. They're going to have to go with that pitch.
Sidearm this time for a strike. 1-2.
Yeah, will he see it again?
I'd throw it.
As many times as he throws it, he certainly doesn't just hold that pitch back. And it's his money pitch so far today, has been all year long. And at 1-2, number 3 hitter. Why not come with it? Made him look bad on it in the first 2. Nope, it didn't do it.
2-2. He seems to overthrow that fastball, Mike.
You watch that right arm gets up in the air, and it looks as if he's flailing across the top of his body when he comes with the fastball. Somebody work with him, get that follow-through. Stride towards home plate, much more effective.
Called strike 3. Like it might be a little bit high, but Boyd Sands calling a called third strike on Pavlik, so the Rams retired in the 3rd inning. We played 3 good innings at Bishop Eustace. It's still the Rams nothing, Bishop Eustace nothing. We'll be back.
Big crowd assembled here for the South Jersey Group 1 semifinal between Eustace and Gloucester Catholic. We enter the 4th inning, and as you can see, still no score. And it has been a pitcher's ball game all the way. Mike Lindner along with Bob Shryock, and Vespi will try to continue to match Kovulich, Bob.
Ball 1 to John Malloy. Malloy a strikeout victim in the 1st. Runs hard to come by in this one. 2-0.
Now what Vespi does not want to do is lose the leadoff hitter with the heart of the lineup. 3, 4, and 5 following Malloy.
2-0 pitch. 3-0. So Malloy will take at least one. Gets this one over inside corner, 3-1.
I wonder if they'll give the take sign to Malloy here. Force Vespi to throw 3 straight strikes.
He walks. So Malloy, a leadoff base runner in the 4th. Second walk issued by Vespi. And that'll bring up the number 3 hole hitter, Tom Hinkle. Vespi not altogether pleased by that Sands call.
Now he felt he had 2 additional strikes that time, the ball 3, and also then after the 3-1 count, that ball 4. He felt both those were strikes. He's got to forget that. Of course, the pitcher cannot worry about anything other than the batter at the plate. Cannot be working against the batter and the umpire. Has to affect concentration, and you're in trouble. It's probably a good thing for Vespi here. Go to first a couple of times and get his mindset back where he wants it.
Tom Hinkle, the batter, he also struck out in the 1st. 1-0 to Hinkle. And ball 2. And Mike, I don't know whether you noticed, but the game we did before, when Vespi had the bad inning, he seemed to lose his rhythm and was hurrying his pitches, and I just had the feeling that's what he might be getting into here.
That's been his pattern. They're aware of it. They do what they can to slow him down.
2-0 to Hinkle. That's a strike, and that time he seemed to take his time a little bit more, concentrate a little better. 2-1 to Hinkle with Malloy on first. Nobody out in the Bishop Eustace 4th inning.
A little change in the air temperature here, Bob. You have a feeling, the possibility of rain any moment.
I certainly hope not. I think we've had our share of rain this spring. Vespi keeping close tabs on Malloy at first.
Oh, it doesn't seem like he's getting out that far, but it seems like it takes him a long time to get back.
Pass ball for a strike, good one. 2-2 to Hinkle.
Well, I think he's going to see a fastball here. And Hinkle, the number 3 hitter, can dig right in. And I do not think Vespi will throw the breaking pitch here. And with him aiming just slightly in this inning, this is an area where you can often see a mistake made by a pitcher.
Well, he's still with not much of a lead, but he's running. Zimmerman with a high throw. Sails into center field. Malloy heading to third. They might have a shot at him.
Sure do.
And they get him. Great play by center fielder Kaufman, backing up the high throw by Zimmerman. And they nail Malloy, who might stop momentarily heading around second, and that cost him.
Yeah, that ball way over Kincaid's head. Ravel was a little slow getting there to back up. It flew past him in any event, but Kaufman right on it. And George Kaufman makes his second outstanding defensive play of the ball game. A running catch in right center a couple innings ago, and now that ball on the line, no more than 5 feet off the ground all the way, Bob, right into Pavlik's hands, and no question about that. Boy, does that take some pressure off.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, so Vespi comes right back to strike out Hinkle for the second time, and instead of being in big trouble, all of a sudden 2 outs, nobody on.
Well, mark that play down, Bob, with a little asterisk next to it. Malloy trying to get that extra base. That could really prove to be a biggie later.
Gary Medrek struck out to end the first inning, and that was pretty good play by Pavlik too, Mike.
Yes.
The throw good, but it was in the dirt, and Pavlik was able to dig it out and make the easy tag. They had Malloy by 4 or 5 strides. 7 strikeouts now for Vespi. That play by Kaufman really has brought the Ram bench alive, Mike. Things were a little bit quiet here for a while, but
well, there's quite a few people here, Bob, and I tell you, I haven't seen this many people at a ball game and be as quiet as they've been all the way through. Maybe something, the 11 o'clock start on a Sunday morning might have something to do with that, but and the kind of ball game that we've seen, there really haven't been, with the exception of that play, many things to get the adrenaline flowing. Wake everybody up.
Vespi ahead of Madrak 1-2. Call. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Madrak fans for the second time, and that really seemed to pump up Vespi, that play at third base. So Eustace retired without a run again in the 4th. The Rams coming to bat in the home 4th. Look at all the goose eggs on the board. It's 0-0.
Yeah, that's much more a live bench right now. Gloucester Catholic with a fine tradition over the years, baseball-wise. Of course, they're always one of the top teams. I go back a lot of years with Gloucester Catholic, Bob. In fact, a quarter of a century ago, I was playing against these same Rams when I was in high school. They used to make a trip down to Pleasantville High School, my alma mater, where every year we would engage in a twilight doubleheader, and we looked forward to it because the Rams were recognized and accepted as one of the top baseball schools in South Jersey, even that far back.
Quarter of a century, huh?
Yepper.
Boy.
So I went to high school, I guess it was between ages 6 and 10.
A prodigy. So Kavulich will be facing Lindner, Vespi, and Zimmerman in the 4th inning of a real good baseball game. Some of the fans. No stands here at Bishop Eustace, so everybody has to stand except us. We got, of course, the luxury Channel 5 seats, yes. I think we got to do something about our table, though, Mike. I think we're going to have to invest in a new table.
Well, I'll speak to my wife. This is her original bridge table that we got a hold of around 4 years ago, and has been making the trips with us up and down the various routes in the area ever since.
Mike Lindner, strikeout victim to end the first. And listen to that Ram bench now. Hit right back to the pitcher. Kavulich will take his time. Smart play, runs it right over to Madrick, makes the easy toss, and Lindner retired for the first out of the inning. Mike looked a little bit anxious there, Mike.
He, remembering the curveball, called third strike his first time at the plate, and I think he was looking for any fastball he's got. To tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen him get too many first pitch hits all year, and yet he, in the early part of the year, was swinging at the first pitch much too frequently.
Vespi hits it to the right side and through for a base hit. So Vespi a base runner for the second straight time. The ball retrieved by right fielder Dubler. That's only the third hit for the Rams. The other two owned by Bob Ravel. And with one out, the Rams have something going in the 4th. Vespi, of course, as we've indicated, an excellent base runner, likes to run. And what do you think the possibilities are of Rodano allowing Vespi to run in this situation, Mike, to try to get something going?
Well, he held on to him last time he was on base, 4 or 5 pitches, while Zimmerman was trying to get the sacrifice down, and then finally had him go. And he got second base easily. Remember, Franchetti's throw was up high, and Will, with the head-first slide, was in. They're a little worried about rain. They may want to go and try and play aggressive baseball and get a run on the board here in the 4th inning. And remember, they're the home ball club.
Even though it's a 7-inning scheduled game, it's still the 4.5 inning rule in terms of the game being official.
Yeah, they thought he might be gone.
Yeah, pitch out.
With the pitch out.
1-0 to Bob Zimmerman, who fanned in the second inning. 0-0 game. Rams trying to get something started here in the fourth inning. Matter of fact, Vespi and Ravel have been the only two Ram base runners, and they've both been on twice. Vespi running, inside pitch, tough one to handle by Franchetti, and a sliding steal by Vespi. Better throw, might have made it a close play.
Well, that was a better throw than the first time Vespi attempted the steal, but it was a little short. Shortstop Henkel had to come in front of the base and then try to reach back. We'll talk over strategy now.
So Vespi with his second stolen base of the ball game.
Great spot for Zimmerman.
2-0 to Zimmerman.
A battler all last two seasons for the Rams. I'd love to get the base hit here.
Oh. 2-1.
Looked maybe a little high.
Boyd is calling the high strike today. 2-1 to Zimmerman. And Zimmerman helped out Kavulich by swinging at a pitch that was about 6 inches inside there, so suddenly it's 2-2.
See that happen frequently after a pitch comes by that the batter lets go and thinks it's a ball without any problem and gets a strike call against him. He becomes much more defensive at the plate. It's called taking the bat out of the hand of the batter.
2-2 to Zimmerman with Vespi on second and one down.
Again, Vespi with that great lead at second and not drawing much attention so far. Henkel not moving over at all.
Sidearm. Gets past Franchetti. Vespi heading to third, and he'll get there standing up now. With a full count, Zimmerman can deliver the first run of the ball game on a fly ball, perhaps. And we'll see how Coach Wingert of Bishop Eustace plays this. Will he bring the infield in? Earlier in the ball game with a runner at third and one out, he is laid back, but now, of course, we're in the fourth inning.
He still is not bringing them in. That really is a surprise.
Yeah.
That is a surprise.
I can't quite figure this one out. If Zimmerman can hit the ball to short or second, they'll have a run. Full count. Beaten foul at the plate by Zimmerman, still 3-2.
That was a curveball that was hittable, up high, right across the letters with the break, and it was not delivered with the velocity that he's been throwing that curveball. I think that is the second one that he has thrown like that. He will not get away with that curveball.
I don't know, Mike, if I would have the philosophy that Wingert does, which obviously is that I'm going to score at least 2 runs off Vespi.
Got away with it last time because of the ground ball to third base, which kept Ravel from scoring from third.
Fouled off again by Zimmerman, who is having a tough at bat. Zimmerman sees where they're playing. All he wants to do is hit the ball on the ground. Last time in this situation, Pavlik was up with Ravel on third and one out and hit it right to the third baseman, which was the place he did not want to hit the ball. Pretty tough, though, Mike, to hit the ball where you want it to go. Key spot in the ball game, bottom of the fourth inning, 0-0. And Zimmerman with a chance to put the Rams in front. Wants to put his bat on the ball. Hit to the shortstop. This will get the run in. Hinkle over to first. They get the out, but boy, I tell you, Mike, I don't understand that at all. The Rams on top, 1-0 on a ground ball RBI by Zimmerman. Zimmerman does the job, and it's 1-0. I do not understand that.
Now that play sharply hit the Hinkle at shortstop right at him, not either to his left or right. Would have been no way Vespi could have scored. If he had attempted, he would have been dead at the plate with no problem at all, but coach from Bishop Eustace deciding to give up that run here in the fourth inning, and again, that'll be the second asterisk I think we have to mark down as a possible turning point in the ball game. Zimmerman delivers.
1-0 lead for the Rams. Kaufman struck out in the first inning, 2 down, or in the second inning, excuse me. So Kavulich loses his shutout bid, 1-0 to George Kaufman. So Vespi's steal, and then ability to get to third base on the errant pitch set up the run. Fouled at the plate by Kaufman, 1-1. Good job by Bob Zimmerman. That was an excellent at bat by Bob.
Kavulich against Zimmerman seemed to lose some of his velocity both on the fastball and the curve. I wonder if throwing that many curves takes a toll.
2-1.
No, he started against Cherry Hill East in the makeup game they had at the end of the season following their loss to Gloucester Catholic, and it was a possibility. They needed that for a three-way tie, and they had a 9-1 lead. Kavulich tired, and East came back and won that ball game in the 9th inning, 11-10, to give the outright championship to Williamstown. So Kavulich has thrown a lot of innings over the last couple of weeks. Of course, nobody threw many innings last week with all the rain.
3-1 to Kaufman. He walks. Kaufman, a 2-out base runner. And it'll bring to the plate Gary Powers, who struck out in the second.
Powers, a youngster who was brought up as a result of the injury to Kyle McKinney when Kincaid was forced to come from the outfield to second base earlier in the year, and he was a question mark. Pressure on him as a sophomore, and first 2 or 3 games, Bob, he had some key line drive hits that just made him a part of this ball club and gave him the kind of confidence you need as a sophomore to be able to hang in there.
Powers, tired of waiting for Kavulich, steps out. Possible running situation here, Mike.
Well, I think it is. Having watched Gloucester Catholic all year, I wouldn't agree with it. Number 8 man at the plate. I think you want to get through this part of the lineup if at all possible. Well, Eustace they have that scouting report, and they've seen him run in this situation before also.
1-0 to Powers. So the Rams manufacturing a run here in the 4th on the Vespi single steal, advancement on the wild pitch, and an RBI ground out by Zimmerman.
Kaufman not with as big a lead as Vespi was able to get. He's running.
Kaufman running, swing and a miss. Franchetti with the throw. Good throw, but to the second base side, and it allows Kaufman to slide in with the stolen base. So Franchetti's throwing has been a bit off mark, and the Rams have 3 stolen bases as a result. Powers with a chance now to add another run to the Ram total. It's 1-1. Sidearm fouled off Powers' leg. One and 2 to Powers.
Big spot for a sophomore, huh? Semifinal game, tournament play. Second run right out there at second base, waiting to be delivered. In the hole now. But notice Kavulich has thrown more fastballs this inning than he did in the first 3. Got a feel curve coming here against the sophomore.
That's what he got. Fouled back. Good job by Powers.
Yeah, a little inside. It was going to be a strike 3 if he let it go by. And he really was a defensive swing. Good hitters are able to do that, Bob, where they will fight off a pitch that's not in the strike zone and foul it away, get another shot at it.
Russ Spicer here, Mike, longtime Haddonfield coach, one of the most successful baseball coaches in South Jersey history. Among the crowd, foul tip by Powers again, hanging in there.
Spicer now Rutgers Camden.
Russ, yeah.
Really trying to put that program in order, and if anybody's going to do it in South Jersey, you got to believe he's the man who will do it. Got a little benefit up there. They're going to open their first dormitory. Has some residents now. Be able to recruit throughout the state.
2 and 2 by Powers, who really is having a good at bat.
All of a sudden, Kavulich throwing a lot of pitches.
1-0 lead Rams, home 4th inning.
And Kaufman once again being given the good lead at second base. Eustace not wearing now, they move in towards him.
Now back again by Powers. Impressive at bat by the sophomore.
Gary Powers, the younger brother of a fine athlete we had on Channel 5 earlier this year. Guy Powers from Audubon High School, one of the smallest linebackers I think we've ever seen in the 5 years of football we've been doing on Channel 5. At Audubon team, a fine club going against Gloucester. In the playoffs, Powers carried off the field a couple of times, but came back to continue to battle. Ooh.
It's a change-up curve by Kavulich, and Powers didn't know what to do with that one. He did the only thing he could. He fouled it off,
Well,
but it was about 2 feet inside.
He could have just stood right there and he would have had first base, because that ball would have hit him, and it could not possibly have hurt him.
That was almost an EFIS ball.
A what?
EFIS ball. You ever hear the old Rip Soul blooper EFIS ball? Full count. I tell you, Powers has made Kavulich work on this at bat.
Well, now full count. Having trouble with the curveball with location, he may get a fastball here. Interesting to see what Kaufman does at second on the 3-2 with no runner at first.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good job by Kavulich. Comes back to strike out Powers. That does it for the Ram fourth. However, they break the scoreless tie with a run on the RBI ground out by Zimmerman. After 4 full, it's the Rams 1, the Crusaders nothing.
Fifth inning baseball from Bishop Eustace. Top of the fifth, however, with the Crusaders being the visiting team because of the coin flip. Gloucester Catholic with a 1-0 lead. Vespi ready to go. Mike Lindner along with Bob Shryock. Bob?
Herb Dubler struck out his first time at bat. 1-0 to Dubler. Now the Bishop Eustace bench beginning to come alive a little bit. They've been rather quiet in this one. Listen to him behind it. It's a good ball game.
What tournament baseball is supposed to be about. Not supposed to have a wild contest. In the tournament, you get the better teams. Particularly at this point, in the early rounds with the 500 record being the qualifier, you could get some teams that by the end of the season have dropped way below the 500 and maybe get some wild games. But by now, it should be the better teams.
2-0 to Dubler. Fouled back.
A little surprised there.
Yeah, boy, I was too, because of course the book on Vespi is that he has a bad inning every ball game, and obviously the Crusader fans and bench trying to rattle him a little bit, and I think Dubler just swung at ball 3.
To even have the hit sign was a surprise. In fact, Gloucester Catholic going to get Pete Kowalson warming up soon.
3-1. I think I got to let Dubler take a pitch here.
Absolutely. Has to be a take sign here.
Inside corner for a strike. As good a fastball as Vespi's thrown today. Full count to Dubler. Ball 4. Oh, Dubler walks, leading off the Bishop Eustace 5th inning. Third walk given up by Vespi, who's walked 1 in each of the last 3 innings. And of course, that's the book on him, is that somewhere along the line, he's usually going to have a wild inning. We saw that against St. Pius of the 10th of Piscataway.
Now they have Stillwell scheduled to come to the plate, and interesting situation here, Bob. It's a possible bunt situation, and yet Stillwell is the batter who really struck the ball against Vespi at his first time up and forced George Kaufman to make the running catch right against the fence in deep right center field. So you have to believe that it is not a bunting situation. Stillwell at the plate. Might be an area where Eustace attempts to challenge Zimmerman's arm again. He did that and got a steal in the first inning with Ray Rose. Look at this, huh?
It's a ball, indicating bunt. I don't think Stillwell is real tickled to see the bunt sign.
Yeah.
Dubler the runner at first, nobody out. 1-0 to Stillwell. Does not look like one of the great bunters based on those first 2 pitches, 1-1.
If he gets the bunt again and misses it, bunt sign again and misses it, or it's a ball, do not be surprised to see Zimmerman go to first with the attempted pickoff of the runner Dubler, who was way out that time and had a tough time getting back.
Now 1-2, and
Stillwell really muttering him to himself, and knows now it's down to one pitch for him as far as the swing goes, and he's ready to step in. He just looks like a hitter, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't look like a bunter, that's for sure. 1-2. Key spot in the ball game. Runs hard to come by. One and two. Will they have him bunt again, or does he get the swing?
He cannot be bunting again. Now the question for the Rams has to be whether or not Dubler would be running. If not, I go with a curveball here. There it is.
Oh, called strike 3.
That's the right pitch to call.
Oh, that's a frustrating at bat for Stillwell, who hit it so well first time. That's the 9th strikeout for Vespi, and a big out it is.
And not many high school players are going to hit that curveball. Now I think Eustace has to take a shot with Dubler at first base and have him running. They're not going to have a little discussion here.
Bob Wingert, the Eustace coach, out to talk to Boyd Sands. They're going to have a pinch runner for Eustace.
Yushak.
Mark Yushak, Y-U-S-C-H-A-K, running for Dubler at first base. Of course, they have the reinsertion rule, so Dubler can go back to right field in the next inning.
Yushak, one of the players, in fact, the only one from Bishop Eustace who is on the Brooklawn American Legion roster. So the Rams, with around 5 players playing on that team, know Yushak quite well.
Joe Franchetti struck out his first time. Swing and a miss. What heat served up by Vespi that time. That was strength against strength.
Yep, now I fool him with the curveball, drop it outside, and then come back with the heat again inside.
Pinch runner Yushak at first with 1 out, 0-1 count to Franchetti. 5th inning action, a 1-0 lead for Gloucester Catholic.
Not Vespi's best move, obviously. Just chasing Yushak back, so then reminds him that Will knows he's over there. Got a half step extra this time, still not running there.
Whew, 0-2.
See the curveball this time?
This is where he normally throws it. I'm not so sure I wouldn't come back with number 1.
Now with the runner at first, that changes the pitch selection, of course. 0-2 is not a normal place to run.
Franchetti not set, calls time.
0-2, runner at first base, and the coaching staff have to assume the possibility, if they're worried about him, that since they may waste the pitch anyway, that they could come with the pitch out. So you generally will not get the steal sign on the 0-2 pitch.
Bishop Eustace with only 1 hit in this ball game. Ray Rose, an opposite field single leading off. They've had 3 other base runners on walks. So Vespi has been sharp.
Yeah, there is that pitch out. Now, if you're going to run, this is where you do run, after the pitch out. There's little tiny parts of a ball game that really make baseball an exciting game it is. There he goes.
He's running, swing and a miss, strike 3. Zimmerman with the throw, but it's a bit high off the mark, and Yushak with the stolen base. Franchetti fans for the 2nd out of the inning, and the 10th strikeout for Vespi, but the Crusaders have Yushak in scoring position with 2 down for Mike Marone. Marone struck out in the 3rd.
Now Yushak getting a big lead at second too, Bob, the same as the Ram runners have. Hope helped him.
Yeah, Marone went for a pitch that was about 6 inches high, at least.
Put him up around his eye again, don't you, see if he goes for it one more time.
Good. Hooked by Vespi. As good a curveball as he's thrown today, and Marone in the hole 0-2. Now he's got to be wondering what he's going to see. What is he going to throw here, Mike?
Heat.
0-2 pitch. Now he got another breaking call, just missing 1-2.
Surprised Maroon's able to lay off that pitch because it does drop so much. It looks so inviting as it approaches the batter. And when you're 0-2, you got to be defensive up there. So you swing a lot more than you would with a different count.
Another one. It's high, 2-2.
This is why I would have gone with the heat, because try to get a little cute, and you sometimes can dig yourself into a hole. You're dealing with the number 8 batter. Theoretically, he's not the one that's going to hurt you, so you blow him away. You fool around with the 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters.
Another one.
Yep.
Oh, that surprises me. Full count.
Yep. Pitching to Marone as if it's Mike Schmidt at the plate.
Yeah, I know. The way he's thrown the fastball in this inning for strikes, I am really surprised at throwing Marone 3 straight breaking balls. Now he's got to come with the fastball.
Yeah, see
And
that?
he misses. Boy, that is
Bad job of calling balls and strikes on that time at bat.
a strange turn of events, and it gives Eustace a little shot here. Now they come up with their number 9 hitter, Harry Lohr.
And this
who
is a good
walked.
hitter. This is not your typical number 9 hitter. Lohr, a good baseball player. Left-hander against the right. He changes the situation around totally. Now, Vespi and Zimmerman really hurt themselves that time with pitch selection.
2 on, 2 out. Fouled back, and there's the fastball for a strike.
That was strike 3 on Marone, huh?
So Vespi having another pretty much typical Vespi day. He's got 4 walks, although to this point none of them have hurt him. He does have 2 in this inning. 1-1, and that frankly, Mike, has been a pitch that Boyd has been calling for strikes today.
Yes, that's what's going to bring the reaction. It was probably out of the strike zone, just out, but if it's been called for strikes all the way, you anticipate it.
2-1.
So that's the kind of thing, if you remember, gets Vespi in problems. When he worries about the officiating, the umpiring, loses that concentration, all of a sudden he finds himself in a hole. And he's got a tough man standing in the on-deck circle, and leadoff hitter Ray Rose, who has the only hit off him so far, so he does not want to go to Rose with the bases loaded.
2-1. Fouled back. 2-2. Now I just want to see that fastball. Don't mess around with the curve. Number 9 hitter, even though he's a good one. 2-2 count. Throw the fastball and go sit down. That's what he got, but it's out of the strike zone, full count, so this gives the base runners an advantage. Pinch runner Shryock at second, Marone at first with 2 outs, and if Lohr can get the ball through the infield now, it'll be a run.
Eustace batter showing a lot more discipline this inning than they did in the first 4 innings, laying off those pitches and right on the borderline. There it is.
Hit to center field. This one should be caught. Kaufman
Well
moving
hit,
to
though,
his
Bob.
right,
Well hit.
and he takes it for the 3rd out. So Vespi does pitch out. Eustace had a couple of base runners on walks, but scoreless for the 5th straight inning. We head to the home 5th. Gloucester Catholic coming to bat. They lead a good one, 1-0. Like, I don't think we've had a game like this all spring long, and it's
Certainly didn't have one like this yesterday. A couple of ball games that we taped, and you're right. This is the best high school baseball game we've seen all year. We're very reminiscent of the final last year in South Jersey between Eustace and Gloucester Catholic. You remember that game went 3-2. Lindner came in to relief pitch in a tough situation there. Got a key strikeout to end a threat by Eustace, and then retired him another inning and hit a home run to win the ball game in the last at-bat for Gloucester Catholic in that ball game. So that was a tough one, 3-2. We anticipated a close one. We're getting a pinch hitter. Falcone is going to bat to start this inning off for Kyle McKinney. Joey Falcone.
Falcone's had a good year, hitting .333 with 2 home runs.
Hey, they're having a sale.
And Hilda Sloan's Lamps. We'll have to head over there after the game, Mike.
I don't think Hilda's in today.
Right on Route 70 in Cherry Hill for this one. So Falcone will come up as a pinch hitter in the Ram 5th. The Rams not altogether comfortable with that 1-0 lead. They'd like some insurance. Verdano with a deep bench, has some excellent players sitting, and likes to use as many as he can. Kavulich still in there pitching a good one himself. And that's what we've seen all game long. And that's Kavulich getting the first pitch over, usually a breaking ball for a strike. Another one, foul tipped, 0-2.
Again, Falcone, as the other Ram batters have been trying to do, trying to pull that curveball instead of going with it. And you're not going to do it. Kavulich's ball moves across that plate area too much. And you're even going to be fortunate to get the foul ball off of it. Get a stride towards second base, go to right field.
1-2. That's been the pattern. Curveballs to get the batter in the hole, 0-2. Then the fastball on 0-2, and he has not consistently gotten that pitch over. Again, Mike, he just seems to be forcing that fastball. It does not seem like a natural delivery. 2-2. Breaking ball just missing full count, so Falcone battles back.
Normally Falcone could look fastball here, but the number one pitch for Kavulich is the curveball, so he cannot guess.
Good job by Falcone, yeah.
In a hittable spot. Without the great velocity, Kavulich, without the great speed, if he does miss at all with that curveball and gets it up in there, it's not going to get by the hitter, so he cannot make the mistake with the curve. His ball more of a slider, I guess, Bob, cutting across the plate, whereas Vespe's ball drops right off the table.
Falcone again, fouling back a breaking ball on 3-2. Haven't seen too many high school pitchers the last couple of years, Mike, who got their breaking pitches over as consistently as does Kavulich.
That's the book that the Rams had on him in their scouting report. And the other thing they had hoped was that since he has the tendency to get wild, that he would be forced to go to the fastball more often. And as a result, since they weren't worried about his speed blowing by them, they'd get their hitting together. There's a good fastball, though. Excellent fastball that time.
Good job by Kavulich. Falcone with a tough at bat, but looks at called strike 3.
18 strikeouts now in the ball game, 10 for Vespe. Or is it 11 for Vespe? And 8 for Kavulich.
And there's Bob Ravel, who's the hitting star of the game so far. Double in the first, single in the third, 2 for 2. He has 2 of the 3 Ram hits, the other by Will Vespe. Runs at a premium today. It's sharply. And past it. Left fielder drops the ball. Ravel is going to try to get to second. And they get him. So that was an interesting play. Left fielder Maroon couldn't hang on to the ball, dropped it. Ravel, of course, got first base. Delayed going from first to second, started late, and was tossed out by Maroon to Rose covering.
Single and out. Close play at second base. No hesitation at all in the call, however, and no argument, so must have been a good call.
So Ravel with his third straight hit, but thrown out at second. That's a big second out for the Crusaders. They didn't want Ravel down there with less than 2 outs, with Kincaid, Pavlik, and Lindner coming up.
Maroon really plays over towards center and left field. Gives the left field line to them.
That breaking ball again on the first pitch for a strike to Dave Kincaid, who's grounded out twice.
His positioning in left field is what caused him to have some difficulty on that ball hit by Ravel.
Good play by Kavulich. Easy toss to Madrick for the out on Kincaid. Another good inning for Bishop Eustace, and after 5 full innings, a thriller at Bishop Eustace Prep. Gloucester Catholic clinging to a 1-0 lead. We'll be back.
Young lovers.
It's a good ball game.
Top of the lineup, we'll greet Will Vespe as Bishop Eustace comes to the plate to start the 6th inning here in a 1-0 Gloucester Catholic lead. Mike Lindner along with Bob Shryock. Couldn't have asked for a better game, Bob.
Excellent defense, excellent pitching. Here's Ray Rose, 1 for 2, has the only Crusader hit. 1-0.
And Vespi was a somewhat wild last inning. Was wild high with the fastball. Again, shows it on that pitch.
Eustace down to its final 6 outs, 2-0 to Rose, and he'll look at another. He'll make Vespi throw a strike in this situation because his mission to get on base any way he can. Really a good crowd as we look behind us. It's just groomed throughout the late morning and early afternoon. One of the best crowds we've seen for a high school game in a long time. All 3.
How many will Rose look at?
I'd look at 2. No question about it.
This group watching.
Ball 4. Rose walks on 4 pitches, does his job, and now it'll be interesting to see how Coach Wingert plays this. Will he play Malloy to bunt? Rodano coming out to talk to Vespi, calling the infield in to discuss the situation, all the options with Rose at first. Rose, of course, has 1 stolen base in the game. Wingert can let him run on his own. They can try to bunt him over.
Malloy must bunt. Has to attempt the bunt.
Of course, the interesting situation here, too, Mike, is that although we're playing at Bishop Eustace Field, it's Gloucester Catholic's home game, does the visiting team in the book play for the tie in this situation?
I think in this case it's less playing for a tie, Bob, than it is playing for a run. They've got to get something on the board. They've got to get the pressure off themselves. The pressure would build on each batter as they come to the plate. They go deeper and deeper in the 6th and 7th inning without a run. So I don't know that the bunt would be in order to go for the tie as much as to get something started.
Malloy showing bunt. Inside, 1-0. Malloy struck out in the first, walked in the 4th, and was gunned down at 3rd on a great throw from Kaufman to Pavlik.
What Vespi cannot afford to be cute here. He's just got to throw like that.
1-1, and Malloy looks a little bit tentative in that bunting situation.
Yeah, it's still got to be on.
High school batters do not like to bunt the fastball. That's what Vespi's giving him, 2-1.
And he's trying to be too fine with his pitches. Got to forget location now and go with velocity. Forget location, go with velocity. Do it with the speed.
2-1.
There it is.
Straight up in the air. Vespi takes it. Good base running by Rose. He saw that the ball was going to be caught. And again, Malloy unable to bunt get the fastball bunted down on the ground, which is what he wanted to do. Why don't you see more high school players able to do that, Mike?
Because they don't do it in practice frequently enough. Even when the coaches run their batting drills, try to impress on them the high school mentality too frequently, the absence of enough maturity to recognize the importance of a play that doesn't come up that frequently. They just don't spend the time on it.
1-0 to Tom Hinkle.
You know, in that previous play, Vespi had a good shot at a double play. Had he just let that ball drop, he was right there where he could have tugged. He could have gone to first base and he would have had a double play.
And Rose was only a couple steps off the bag.
Good pitch.
Strike to Hinkle. Eustace has gotten nothing out of its 3-4 hitters so far. 4 strikeouts between Hinkle and Madrak.
You wonder how long that can continue, though. These are 2 good baseball players. Hinkle's had a fine year.
2-1. Good stop by Zimmerman. Rose at first, 1 out. 6th inning. Eustace running out of chances.
Key batter right here. Want to keep that runner at first there. Don't let him get the second. That's the pitch that Hinkle has not laid off in the first 2 at-bats. He swung at that pitch every time Vespi threw it. The first 2 times he was up.
3-1 to Hinkle. Swing and a miss. Power against power, and Vespi won that confrontation. Full count. Now do you send Rose, Mike?
No. That means they probably will.
1 out, Rose at first, full count to Hinkle. Critical spot in the ball game. Eustace wants Rose in scoring position. He is running. Hit to the right side. Good play by Kincaid over to Lindner for the out on Hinkle, but because they started Rose, they do get the potential tying run to second base.
Big man out there at second base right now in this ball game, Ray Rose. Another reason, Bob, here in the 6th inning, this is your number 4 man coming to the plate. You're able to get by him. Then you go to that bottom part of the lineup, which in the 7th inning they would have to get the run out of the generally less productive hitters. So Rose, although but the 6th inning, is much more important than many people standing around here realize down there at second.
Madrick 0 for 2. He struck out twice.
Yeah, Vespi can afford to be careful with Madrick, the number 4 hitter, with first base open. This is a situation where the pitcher's got to think. He does not want to come with anything too good. The Eustace team obviously is announcing that this is the best hitter they have in the lineup. We're going to go with a substitute here. Greg Gerst, I think, is going to come out. Let's see, it's Bill Kinney, or Mike Kinney, that's going to go into the ball game. Mike Kinney. Who's he going to replace?
Right fielder.
Right fielder
Powers.
Interesting change.
Can he have a better arm than Powers?
Well, in a situation they're a little concerned about Powers. He's had some problems with some fly balls a couple occasions this year. In fact, one of their last games of the year, Cherry Hill West, when they had a comfortable lead. West, by virtue of some walks by Vespi, had the bases loaded. They had already scored a run with a hit, and the bases were reloaded, and 2 outs, and a fly ball hit to Powers in right field, and just totally misplayed it, wound up falling down. It led to 3 more runs by West, and that game wound up, instead of an easy ball game, just a 2-run victory for the Rams. And maybe that Al Rodano is remembering that play and going with Kenny as a result, Mike Kenny.
Now, in the resubstitution rule, can Powers come back in to hit next inning?
Mm-hmm. Kyle McKinney, for whom Falcone batted, cannot in the resubstitution since he was a DH. DH may not be pulled and re-enter.
The wheels turning here in the top of the 6th inning. Eustace with the tying run at second base in the person of Ray Rose. 2 outs, and cleanup hitting Gary Madrak, who was struck out twice.
I wonder if Rodano might have been just buying some time for Vespi to get calm down, get his concentration back.
Foul off to the right side. Good fastball by Vespi.
Yep, Vespi doesn't want to come back with the fastball. I think he wants to throw a couple of curveballs at Madrick. Remember, first base open. Be careful. Look at the lead. Second base runner has it second.
Got the breaking ball, but it's outside, 1-1.
Rose really getting out there. Rams playing defense honestly, Bob. They don't want to give any holes. Way out.
Fastball foul tipped, held by Zimmerman, 1-2 to Madrak.
Again, Vespi would like the hook. He'd like to throw the hook. I'm not sure Zimmerman will call it.
Mike, if I had a fastball like Vespi, that is what I would throw here.
What are we, 1-2 or 2-2?
1-2.
1-2. I think I'd go curve, and I think Vespi will too. Nope. How about that? He shook off Zimmerman, who must have called curve, and came with the fastball.
2-2. Now I'd throw in the curve. Oh, he threw the heater and right by Madrick for strike 3. Good job by Vespi. Oh, Eustace down in the 6th. Still no runs for the Crusaders. The Rams coming up in the home 6th inning of a real good high school baseball game. Rams still leading at 1-0.
Well, as we mentioned, Gloucester Catholic ranked number 2 in South Jersey in the Inquirer poll, number 3 in the Courier Post poll. Pennsville, number 1 team in both polls. Pennsville now with 20 victories on the season. As we look at Will Vespi talking to his father, Basil Vespi, is probably his biggest supporter and has coached him over the years. But that Pennsville team, always a fine club. Ed Rieger does such a super job down there, and they look as if they're going to maintain the number 1 position in South Jersey as the polls come out in their final week. You know, a lot of people say it's a result of that tremendous Little League program in Pennsville that they have such good teams. But a lot of communities have good Little Leagues, and they don't necessarily come with the good high school programs. Got to give a lot of credit to Ed Rieger down at Pennsville.
21-2 this year.
And a young club, as I understand, there also. So Eustace young, Gloucester Catholic young, and Pennsville young.
How about that Woodstown team, Mike, that knocked off Woodbury? They do not have a senior on their lineup.
Well, on the starting line, they have maybe one or two on the bench. You're right. Not one starts for Lee Ware, the longtime coach at Woodstown. Really, two surprise teams made it to that final game, Woodstown and Woodbury. They didn't know which one to label the Cinderella team.
Mike Pavlik will lead it off for the Rams. Mike looking for his first base hit, ground ball out and a strikeout. Heart of the order for the Rams. They'd love to get another run or two here. Andy Kavulich has pitched brilliantly. However, to this point, he has been outpitched by Will Vespi. Kavulich has given only 4 base hits, 3 of them to Bob Ravel. Sidearm. Pavlik held up. They appealed to...
Nick called it a strike.
Oh, Nick called it a strike. Said that Pavlik won around 0-1.
That time, Boyd Sands asked for help himself. Interesting, and that one the umpire gives him the strike.
1-1. Kavulich
Does not like
thought
it.
that was a strike. Thankless job umpiring. Two and 1. Franchetti wants few words with Andy Kavulich. Pavlik would love to lead off this Ram inning by getting on base. They want to head into the 7th with more than a 1-run cushion. 2-1 to Pavlik. Pavlik with 35 runs batted in. 3-1. Appeal again. Guerreri saying no way this time. I think I might cut Pavlik loose on this fastball 3-1.
Now, if it's fastball, he's going to be swinging. You can bet on that. A lot of power, Pavlik.
Into the left center, hit pretty well by Pavlik, but a good play by center fielder Lohr, the ball hanging up.
Yeah,
And he got the curveball, Mike.
Got the curveball, did not have the good swing. He was looking the fastball as he started his swing. Didn't come all the way through and didn't get it all. Had he had fastball and made that contact, that I think you would have seen a little different result left center field fence.
Mike Lindner also hitless today. Of course, in a one-run ball game.
A lot of hitless people.
Yeah, there's high school players don't see that 4th at bat. 1-0 to Lindner. We just had some
Basil Vespi coffee.
coffee delivered. However, I have never had a cup of coffee in my life, so
That
I'm
makes-
not about to start
That
now.
makes 2 of us. You're not
1-1.
going to hit the curveball trying to pull it like that. You better keep that head in, watch the pitch, and go to right field.
Oh, you can coach him over the dinner table tonight. 1-1.
Oh, there it was.
Good breaking ball.
If you-
1-2.
If you're going to get curveball to hit, that's the one you want.
He's got to be thinking curveball here, doesn't he?
Probably thinking it.
Doesn't get it. Hit to the right side. Rose. Easy toss over to Madrick. And Lindner retired. So Kavulich has done an excellent job with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of Gloucester Catholic, as Kincaid, Pavlik, and Lindner are 0-9 among them. That's quite a job. Shut those 3 down like that. Will Vespi's had a good day, not only pitching, but he's walked and singled and also scored the only run of the ball game after stealing a base in the 4th inning. Well, a few raindrops. 1-0.
Well, you feel him a little more quickly than the rest of us with
That's
hair.
true.
You're right, then. Scorebook showing a couple.
2-0 to Vespi.
Come on, Will, lick your chops.
Vespe's pitched a brilliant ball game, but got to give Andy Kavulich an awful lot of credit because he's pitched very well himself. 2-1. Matter of fact, this is as good a pitcher's duel as you're going to see in high school. Foul off, 2-2. For a change today, Mike, a clean scorebook. I am keeping my scorebook from the East Greenwich softball game yesterday for my archives.
I would hope you would keep it as a reminder that we do not accept an invitation next year. A great group down there.
Hit sharply by Vespe into right field for a base hit. Laura, the center fielder, momentarily loses it, but not enough to allow Vespe to advance. So the Ram hitting attack today has consisted of 3 base hits by Ravel and 2 by Vespe. All 5 hits by the numbers 1 and 5 hitters. Now, Mike, this is an interesting situation here. You've got 2 outs. You've got Gloucester Catholic looking for an insurance run. You've got an excellent base runner in Vespe. However, he is your pitcher. Now, do you run him in this situation or not?
He runs.
I think I've got to give. I think I got to look for a second run in this situation. The only reluctance I would have would be that he's got to pitch a 7th inning. Not running. It's high. Zimmerman 0 for 2, however, his ground ball in the 4th inning with the Bishop Eustace infield playing back on only 1 out has produced the only run of the ball game.
Vespe is going.
He's running. Running jump, pitch out. Franchetti with the throw. Strong throw. Second base side, however, and Vespe gets his 3rd stolen base of the ball game. So that answers the question, will Vespe get the rest at first base?
They would certainly love the base hit right now. 2-0. Got to be the hitter's pitch coming in. Zimmerman can afford to look fastball here. If he gets the curve and misses it, well, that only puts him in the hole 1 strike. But Zimmerman has to think fastball, look for the hittable pitch right now. There it is.
Breaking ball hit down to first. Madrick with Kavulich covering nicely for the out. Good job by Madrick and Kavulich. So the Rams retired again without a run in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning of a brilliant ball game. Gloucester Catholic 1, Bishop Eustace nothing.
Bishop Eustace still looking for their first run in the ball game, and this is the last opportunity they'll get to get that run as we are in the top of the 7th. Gloucester Catholic and Will Vespe protecting a 1-0 lead. Mike Lindner along with Bob Shryock. It has been a pitcher's duel all the way. Will Vespe work on Herb Dubler now, Bob, to try to get this number 1 man in.
Great ball game. Vespe working on a 1-hitter. Dubler, strikeout and a walk. Dubler's goal here is to get on base any way he can. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Herb Dubler. He'll be followed by George Stillwell and Joe Franchetti. 1-1. Winner of this one plays again Tuesday against St. Joseph's of Hamilton in the South Jersey final at Camden County College. 4 o'clock game. Foul tip. And Dubler.
Yeah, I was upset. That was ball 2.
Yep.
That was ball 2 inside. Instead, Vespe's ahead.
Don't want to give Vespe an extra strike.
1-2. Is he going to go fastball all the way this inning? He's gone away from the curveball, if you've noticed, since that one time he lost the batter after having him 0-2. There it is. Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
2-2.
Dubler, I don't know how he laid off that one.
Discipline. 2-2 pitch to Dubler. Ooh. Oh, wow. How did he not swing at that one? Full count to Dubler, leading off the Bishop Eustace 7th. Their final 3 at bats. Final 3 outs. Foul tip. Good job by Dubler staying alive. Zimmerman unable to handle the foul tip.
He would have loved to hold on to that one. Tough place for a hitter here. Tough place for a pitcher. I still argue. Tougher on the hitter. Especially down 1-0 leadoff man.
But he does have to anticipate the fastball.
Yeah.
Hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Herb Dubler leading off the Bishop Eustace 7th inning with a clean base hit up the middle. Ball retrieved by Kaufman. Only the second hit of the ball game. Ray Rose leading off the game for Eustace with a base hit. That's only the second Crusader hit.
Now we have the situation again. Last time Stillwell was at the plate. He was called upon the bunt as Dubler had opened the 5th inning with a walk. And they're giving some thought now they're going to have another pinch runner. I don't know who this is. Shryock cannot go back in, so he cannot be the pinch runner. So Stillwell, who was not happy about being called on the bunt, looks as if we may even get a pinch hitter coming to the plate. Or is Stillwell just going back? Yeah, he's going to the bench. We're getting a pinch hitter here. We'll have to listen to Boyd Sands.
Anderson in the 5 spot. Anderson in the 5 spot. That takes care of the starter.
Anderson is going to pinch hit. We have a pinch runner at first. We have not gotten his name. No, wait, that's Anderson running.
Hey, Boyd. Bullish batting, okay. So Anderson, Bill Anderson is running for Dubler at first, and Kavulich, who has been DH'd for by Stillwell, now bats himself for the first time. And I would think that in this situation, Kavulich will be up there to bunt.
Yes, if he's a hitter, you have to think he would have been starting. And so they want the bunt. Remember, Stillwell was unable to do it. Tried twice and missed.
Pavlik in at third, looking bunt. Bullich around the bunt and bunts it nicely right in front of the plate. Great bunt. Zimmerman has to go to first, makes an accurate throw to Lindner, so the sacrifice works. That's a great bunt by Kavulich, and it gets pinch runner Anderson to second base with a potential tying run.
Franchetti, Marone, Lure, last 3 batters. Got to see nothing but fastballs here now. Vespi against the bottom of the order.
Franchetti has not been able to handle Vespi's fastball. A couple of strikeouts. Boy, this is a good high school baseball game. 1-0 Gloucester Catholic. Eustace with the tying run at second with 1 out in the 7th inning. And a lot at stake. 2 shots to get in Anderson from second. Swing and a miss. Franchetti didn't look particularly good on that one. 0-1.
Vespi wants to concentrate, a couple of deep breaths. Get a little, maybe 8 inches more on the fastball. There it is.
Ooh, a strike 2. Vespi has not thrown a better fastball than that one today, and Franchetti now in big trouble. Now he's thinking, what's he going to get? Am I going to get the curveball? Am I going to see number 1 again?
Zimmerman should put the curveball away the rest of the way. He didn't.
Ooh, breaking ball 1 and 2.
And that's got to be strike 3 in most situations, but Boyd Sands did not see it that way.
One and 2 count to Joe Franchetti. Franchetti calls time.
Oh, that was strike 3.
Wow. But Vespi almost in his motion when time was called, Mike.
I think he was in it. Tough place for an umpire.
Graham coach is not happy at all. They thought that that pitch should have been allowed, Mike. Franchetti did that his last at bat, remember that? 1 and 2. Fouled back. Another good fastball by Vespi. Well, Vespi with an 8 and 2 pitching record. 2.4 earned run average. One-two delivery.
Trouble.
Hit sharply
Trouble.
in the center field. This
Trouble.
ball hit well.
Caught. Kaufman again with a great play.
Kaufman with a great play. Tagging at third is Anderson. He's going to third and dives in head first. But what a great defensive play by sophomore center fielder George Kaufman, saving what would have been certainly the tying run and probably would have sent Franchetti to second, maybe third base.
Yeah,
Great play by Kaufman.
Kaufman not only came up with a great catch and had to hold on to it, but then he fell and rolled once out there. And if Franchetti, if he does not hold on to the ball, Franchetti, I think, might have wound up at third. Certainly no question Anderson would have scored. And Anderson took a little chance there, Bob, going to third. It could have been a little closer had Kaufman come up throwing just an instant faster. And under normal circumstances, that doesn't do that much to get him to third base. In scoring position at second. Now,
of course, I don't think the base runner, the pinch runner, knew that the ball was caught until Guerreri's arm went up, so it delayed his ability to tag and go. So it all comes down to this. Will Vespi against Mike Marone with 2 outs, the tying run on third base, in the person of pinch runner Bill Anderson. Marone 0 for 1, walked his last time up. Swing and a miss, strike one. One after a high pitch, and yet a pitch that Sands has been calling for strikes pretty consistently today. So Marone, I guess, felt he had to swing.
Marone taking a long look. I don't know what else he could be thinking except it's up to him. There's no sign you can give in this situation that I know of. Oh, my.
1-1.
Come on, off the outside corner. Come on, that's 17 inches, not 5.
Sands making Vespi earn it.
1-1 to Marone. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Zimmerman thought about going to third. Vespi shook his head. No way, don't throw it. Don't throw it anywhere. Just throw it back to me and let me throw another fastball.
Zimmerman does not want to throw to third. I've seen him do it around 3 times this year, and I think all 3 times went in the left field.
Mike, I am going to throw a fastball if I'm Will Vespi. I don't think Marone can handle it.
Here it comes.
Bang! That's it. Called strike 3. Vespi strikes out to Marone to end the ball game. Zimmerman climbs on Vespi. The Rams have won the NJSIAA Pro B semifinal. They advance to the finals against St. Joseph's of Hamilton on Tuesday. Mike, that was as good a high school baseball game as we are going to see.
Well, great pitching by Andy Kavulich in a losing cause. He winds up walking but 2 batters, comes up with the 8 strikeouts himself, and had only that 1 run at Vespi as a result of a single, a stolen base, wild pitch, and then a ground ball by Bobby Zimmerman. You will recall, Bob, in that situation in which the coaching staff of Bishop Eustace decided to keep their infield back in what normally would have been a up close and uptight to cut off the run defensive situation. Vespi not only coming up with the great pitching, but also scores the 1 run in the ball game. Will walks 5 batters, but comes up with the 12 strikeouts. And Will Vespi, strong game offensively and pitching, and also a nod to some tremendous defense. 3 great plays by George Kaufman, the sophomore in center field, to preserve the victory for the Rams. The Rams now go against St. Joe's of Hamilton in a South Jersey final. They will be looking for a return trip to Princeton. They'll have to get by a pitcher, Bill Fisher, who's done nothing but 21-0 in his 3 years of varsity competition. So good ball game for Will Vespi today. Great ball game, in fact, for Vespi. Second time we've seen that out of him now. He has 2 victories in the tournament. He'll be called on to come back again on Tuesday with just a couple of days rest and try to match Bill Fisher of St. Joe's of Hamilton. For Bob Shryock, Store Communication, I'm Mike Lindner. Thanks for joining us today. We'll look for you next time.